reality? What's the reality?
Hey everyone, it's your girl AD, and welcome to a very special episode of What's the Reality? I cannot believe we're already at the end of the year. Seriously, where did the time go? I just want to take a second to say thank you to everyone who's tuned in, shared the show, sent messages, or just been a part of this little community that we've built together. And a big thank you to everyone who's subscribed. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. You guys are the reason I get to do what I love every week. And I'm so grateful. Today's episode, we're looking back at some of my favorite What's the Reality moments from this past year. We've had some amazing conversations, wild stories, a few laughs, a few deep dives, and honestly, it's been such an amazing ride. As we wrap this year up, I just want to wish you all a very happy holiday season and an incredible new year. I hope you take some time to relax, recharge, and spend it with the people that you love the most. Thank you again for such an amazing year. All right, let's get into it. Here are some of my top What's the Reality moments of the year. Hi. Yeah, I'm very excited to be talking to both of you today. Welcome to What's the Reality?
Thank you.
So glad to be here.
Yes.
We're very excited to talk to you too.
Really?
No joke.
Yes.
Beyond.
Oh gosh, okay.
I just want to tell you, my wife, she will not really watch reality TV. There's like 2 shows. Love is Blind is one of them. And I was like, babes. And finally she got into it. And she was like fangirling over you the entire season. She's like, 80 is my girl.
Come on, you know what?
Yeah, no joke.
Daymate, interview over. That's all I needed to hear,
It's
really.
true.
Listen, I'm just gonna put the hat low.
I fucks with AD. Yeah.
Beyond.
The whole time.
Yeah.
Stop. That makes me so
I
happy.
feel like we would have gone to school together and have been friends.
100%, because
Period.
you were my friend while I was growing up.
I'll take that.
Literally
Hilarious.
best friends in my head.
I'll take that.
Fashionista, the coolest girl in school. Like you were.
Aw, thank
I
you.
was you were me. We
I'll
would have
take
been
it.
besties.
We would have been besties.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I just obviously recently got engaged, and you guys have been married for a little bit.
5 years.
5 years. Ugh,
Crazy.
I'm praying for 5. What is some advice that you guys would give to someone like me that's hoping to get to 5 years in a marriage? Like what advice do you guys have?
So our advice comes from a lesbian perspective. You have to also understand that there's a huge difference, I believe. It's a little bit different.
Okay.
We both had cisgendered relationships in our lives, so we'll definitely come from that aspect. But if I was to give you any advice, I would say make sure you remember the reason you married him before you start asking to change stuff. And I feel like even we went through that moment. That's like the most universal thing. It's like, can you do this instead? Can you do this instead? And it's like, no, she did stuff that you loved. That's why you married her. Don't try to conform it into what you feel you need in that one moment when you have
like that.
full life to lead.
I can appreciate that.
And I think that it's important to remember that when you're in a long-term relationship, the style of love changes. So there literally is like passionate love and companionate love. And companionate love is what you enter in when you're in that longest term. And they say that around 5 years, you actually truly are in a space where you develop that best friendshipness. And I feel like Raven and I, and this is universal, but I feel like Raven and I are actually really in that space. We're entering that space. Like June will be 5 years for us. And I feel like we've had such a shift. I feel so much more secure. So I think remember that with companionate love, it doesn't mean like you maybe want to like jump someone's bones every 5 minutes. The love changes, but it's deeper and it's more honest and more pure in a way. And I think that just giving yourself room to be yourself also without judgment and let your relationship just have the hills and valleys. And
Don't compare your relationship to anybody else's either.
that's a big one. I mean, to not compare, but
That's hard.
Marriage is a journey. It's a real journey. But I think that if you have found your mirror, that's the greatest gift in the world. And the mirror can be scary because it can feel really honest. But
And don't forget about 50-50.
lean into that.
And don't forget about 50-50.
Because that's a gift. Yeah, 50-50.
50-50 is
Tell me
really,
more
it's
about
like lean
50-50.
into it, the 50-50 of it all.
Raven really loves 50-50. And her definition is 50-50 is this. babes, will you take out the trash? Raven will take out the trash, but I have to put the new bag in. Raven will be like,
50-50.
Raven will be like, oh, I'm hungry. So she'll go to the fridge and she'll open the fridge door and she'll take the food out and then she'll leave the fridge door open and she'll be like, 50-50. I have to close it.
But I bring that up
real
to
50-50.
no, but I bring that up to say, kind of piggybacking of what she was saying before, is like, sometimes we go into relationships thinking that there are roles to be had. And as you start to become companions, you kind of have to let that go and say, you know what, we are in this life together. And sometimes I'm not going to close the refrigerator. Don't get mad at me if I don't. Just close it and love me. It's like that. That's why I kind of interrupted you, babe, because it's like goes hand in hand, even though I'm joking about it. It's like after a while, yes, you're the guy. Yes, you should take the trash out. But then it's like, if he takes the trash out and he doesn't, it's okay. You can do it too sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a companionship. It's a friendship at the end of the day with perks.
And I really think the biggest thing for people in relationships in general is to, and this was a hard one for me. So we all have messaging as we're growing up, and we have our friends telling us and leaving impressions on us as how things should be.
Yep.
So I heard things a lot in my life like, oh, well, if you stop having sex in your relationship, that means you're on the road to divorce.
Yeah.
Oh, if he's not sleeping in bed with you and he's on the couch, that's the road to divorce.
Yeah.
So I had all of these kind of things that I was looking for that would equal my biggest fear.
A negative sign, yeah.
Which was a divorce. And I realized, like, those things are not universally true. If you stop having sex in your relationship for a period of time, that's okay. There can be other reasons as to why. It doesn't mean, oh, we're falling out of love. So I think that...
But it also could be, and just check the receipts.
Yeah, exactly. It's just...
Both.
Exactly. And people will take certain things because those have been true in the past.
Right.
But I think my biggest marriage advice in regards to that is, don't let outside influence impact you or dictate how you feel a relationship should be. And don't take old ideas, kind of like these histrionic.
Yes, histrionic. That is a mental health disorder.
I know.
Histrionic.
I know. That's why I'm... Okay. Don't take these archaic ways of how a relationship or a marriage should be, and then bring that into your world.
Yeah.
That ultimately were created by men because they were in charge of
control
the
base.
messaging.
Come
You know
on.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's been huge for me because I had a lot of fear initially.
Yeah.
And as being an anxiously attached person, like it was not fun for either of us.
Yeah.
How are you going to step into your relationship and your marriage? Have you thought about it?
I think about it every single day. Like, because I do kind of have preconceived notions of what a wife should be and what a husband should be. I really do. I can't even lie and say I don't. I think something pretty special about Ollie is he doesn't have any of those. He's very much like, this is a partnership. I'll do this, you do that. Now, does he leave every cabinet open, the refrigerator open, the toilet seat goes down now?
No, good for you.
The toilet seat does go down. But like, he's kind of like, oh, if the fridge is open, don't hate me for it. Like, he has that mindset where I'm just like, here we go, another thing that I have to do. It's just like, I think I'm trying to come into this marriage and wipe away the things that I think should be, because I don't know. I've never been in a marriage, and the marriages around me are not successful. They were not successful. So taking advice from them is not...
It's always dangerous.
Yeah, it's very dangerous. So I think what you guys said is very powerful, like not listening to outside noise, creating our own environment, our own little world, because at the end of the day, it's just us.
And you know what else happens, I think, a lot with women, kind of like you expressed, oh, I have to do everything. And I was having this conversation with her and a writer that we were talking to, and I was like, that's our own misconception of having to do everything. Because if it does, he did it before you got there. He closed it beforehand. You know what I mean? He got this far without you.
Very independent man.
Very independent.
Yeah.
So like, you don't have to take things on. We choose to because we are feeding into what we think we should be.
Yeah.
But
and then build resentment.
And then build resentment. Just don't do it. Leave that shit open then.
Today we have world-renowned medium Tyler Henry and television personality, actress, dancer, fitness entrepreneur, Amanda. Hey, guys.
Hi.
And welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
Amanda, you've shared how important signs from Nick have been to you. What was the most powerful or unexpected sign that you've received?
Oh gosh, it's a short story, but I'll give you one. He comes to the radio a lot to me. Nick was a music man, and if you drive around town with me, if you were in my car, you would think I'm a crazy lady because I talked to him a lot in the car.
Yeah.
One day I got in the car with Elvis, and it was his Christmas concert at his preschool, which is a hard day for a single mom because your child is singing these Christmas songs, and every family is there, and so to be there alone is tough. So I get in the car and Prince is playing on the radio, and Prince was Nick's all-time favorite artist.
Yeah.
And Prince is on the radio a lot. It is not an uncommon
Right.
artist that you would hear.
Right.
But whenever I hear Prince, I always say hi to Nick. I'm like, oh, hi, Nick. I'm like, oh, good. You're here with us today. I said, because today's a big day. I said, all right, well, if you're really with us, I said, I want you, before the day ends, to play Going to California by Led Zeppelin. I say it out loud. I drive Elvis to school. I go to work. I pick Elvis up. We go to his concert. I survived the concert. We leave a little early because I just was like ready to get out of here.
Yeah.
And I get in the car, I turn the car on, and on the radio is a Led Zeppelin song, not Going to California though. And I'm driving along and I was like, you know what? Okay. I was like, that's good enough. I was like, that's close enough. We keep driving, the song ends, and the DJ gets on and goes, you know what? Let's just play another one from Led Zeppelin. Here's Going to California. And I literally, tears start coming down my eyes.
Yeah.
I couldn't see the road because I was crying so hard. I pull over and I am like smiling, crying in disbelief at the same time. Because first of all, this song is the oddest Led Zeppelin song in the entire world. It is a weird monologue song. It is never played on the radio. Trust me, I've heard it once since Nick's passed. And the fact that I asked for it and that as we left the concert, a DJ doubled up on Led Zeppelin, which let me tell you again, DJs don't ever double up on an artist.
Right.
And that happened. I was like, all right, you're with me. You're with us.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
And I always find it so interesting what people feel inclined to do, like our inclinations, why we do this versus that, because it's often intuition.
Yeah.
And I wonder if that radio DJ who was like playing the things, if something didn't just kind of pop in his head and
he
go,
felt something.
play that song.
I
You know, because we wouldn't even know. It'd be random.
Yeah.
Why do we feel inclined to do the random things that we do? We never know the impact it could have.
Yeah.
It's
Gosh,
powerful.
I never thought of it that way, Tyler.
That's
but
really
yeah.
cool.
Must have, right?
He was like, hey, she's listening.
play it now.
No, that's incredible. My girl Zaina from season 3 of Ultimatum.
It's me. I'm here.
Oh, welcome. And then we have a little treat for all of my Temptation Island fans. We've got Hashim coming in to talk about his time and drop a little tea as well.
How would you have acted on Temptation Island? Would you still like have had fun or been really closed off?
I think I would have acted the same, honestly.
I mean, fun in terms of like personality. You seem like you have a very bubbly personality.
Yeah.
So I feel like
Zaina
even
would have
just
been fun.
even
Zaina
just-
would have turned up.
like
I don't
even
think she would have been like disrespectful, but I think
Yeah.
you would have had a lot of fun.
there's a way to do it. Like even
Yeah.
Ashley and Tay, like they were having fun.
Yeah.
Like before they were like, hey, we're single now. But
I think I would have honestly been the same that I was on Ultimatum because I definitely was open to it, even with like the dating and Scotty. And I was just like, all right, I'm open to this experience, but I wouldn't have crossed physical boundaries.
Right.
It's like, that's just to me, like straight respect. But I would have definitely been flirty. Like, hey, let's have fun. But I don't know. That's just me in general. Like people think my personality is very flirty, but I'm just a very friendly person.
Same.
Okay, similarities.
Same.
Okay, similarities. okay, same. So are you single?
I am single.
Ooh, I have a single friend.
Damn.
Is she
You
right
got a
here?
lot of single friends.
I got girl single friends. Yeah, she right here. Her name is Zaina. I'm just kidding.
Zaina, would you have been tempted?
Is this I would have been a little tempted.
Just a little bit. Okay.
Is this a blind date right now? AD, what are you
I
doing?
felt like this was
Are
a
you
blind
setting
date.
us up right now?
You're welcome. Name the first girl, Amber. You're welcome. So are you single? You're single. Are you dating?
Open to dating, yes.
Open to dating.
Yeah.
Okay, are you on apps? Are you going out? How are you meeting people?
No, I don't go out. Honestly, I'm
go
a
out?
homebody. Honestly, with work, me going out is working
Okay.
in a way. So I don't know. I don't really have time that much. I'm traveling around a lot.
Do you have a type?
Yeah.
What's the reality?
What's your type?
Okay, I'll be honest. As I've got, so I'm 30, by the way. So as I've gotten older, I don't necessarily go for looks. I go for more vibe, aura.
Sounds familiar.
If she can dress, she got to be able to dress. 80s over here. Check.
My girl can dress, and she's a vibe, but go ahead.
Yeah. Has to have her own thing going on. Just because I do too. So it's like.
This can be more perfect. What are you guys doing after this?
I'm crying.
Perfect match.
Oh my God.
Call him.
Is the AC on in here?
It is. It's actually cold. Relax. I have a really, really special guest with me today, my Love is Blind sister, Ashley. We all know she's had quite the journey, and she's finally here opening up for the very first time about her truth versus the lies. So do you feel like standing by him, was more of a pressure from him? Because at the reunion, you stood very strong, which I do still think is honorable because that is your husband. At that point in time, that is your husband. Do you feel like there was any pressure from him to stay in your marriage and stand so strong by him?
No, I think the pressure was I put it on myself. I think because at that time, I hadn't found the information for myself. I hadn't found out about all the lies yet, because when we filmed the reunion, again, this was a week or two before the mom of the kids had ever came out saying anything otherwise. So right before the reunion, the night before, we're in the room, they give us a little wine, we're chatting. I remember putting my hands out like this.
It's okay.
And I was like, am I sleeping with the enemy? And he said, no, you're not. And I asked him, is there anything that I need to know? Please do not send me to the wolves. And he literally was like, no, there's nothing else you need to know. We're in this together. And that's why I can't wrap my mind around it, because that was the moment for you to be like, this, and you take me or leave me. And he continued. Even when I was drowning, he continued. And so I had that kind of reassurance where I was like, okay, we're in this together. Let's do this, And that's why I went out there so boldly and spoke, because why? Again, why? Okay, people are crazy. Yes, we know that.
Yeah.
But why would someone do that again on a large platform like that? When my mom is sitting there, we're all riding for you. My grandma.
And you gave him the safe space.
And I gave you, I literally, and I learned that if you make men feel comfortable, that maybe, they'll feel that vulnerable space to be that with you. And I gave him that. And
still,
after that, we slept together. He cuddled me, everything. And I'm like, that's a different kind of person, So I think that if maybe the video would have come out before the reunion, even if I was still with him trying to figure out things for myself, I think I would have navigated the reunion a little differently, because which is why I wanted to have the sperm donor conversation on camera. I think that people can tell when you're not being authentic.
Yeah.
And so I would have at least said hey, me and him are in a good space right now, but we're working things out. I could have took that path.
Right.
You didn't even.
He allowed you to be loud, wrong.
I would have been like, sit down. Don't do another podcast.
Don't say shit else.
Don't say
Don't
nothing.
say shit else. And the thing is, he got quieter. and like left you to like literally
I was getting it
hung you
more
out
than
to dry.
him.
Yeah.
I was getting it more than him for
Yeah.
sure, which
Yeah.
is hilarious because I think that it just became a smear campaign and I was the headliner.
Mhm.
And
he let you
also
drown.
he don't know what to say. So I was
What
like,
can you
send
say?
me, you know?
Yeah.
Take me. But again, that's just how I am as a friend.
Mhm.
That's how I am as a daughter. That's how I am as some, with anyone I
Mhm.
love. I will go to bat for you if you're being honest.
Mm-hmm.
And so on reflection, I do wish that, that video would have came out and so again, people don't know the timeline of things.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, this aired afterwards. She's still doing this. And I'm like, no. You didn't hear me say a peep after that.
Right. What's there to say? Y'all, today got my homegirl Sandy from Ultimatum
Hi.
Season 3. Later today, we'll be joined by fan favorite, Love is Blind, Mr. Marshall himself.
So what about an ick? You got an ick?
I got a bunch of
We got
icks.
lots of icks.
I know you do. Based off of how many cringy moments you had. So I'm joking.
I feel like anything in this day and age can be an ick. I really do. I feel like
Y'all got
icks
a
are
list.
Icks are like not even necessarily negative. They're just icks.
it's just and
like
it's-
when guys get cold.
why are you cold?
It's kind of an ick. It's like,
why
are you
cold?
shivering? Why are
That's
you chattering?
crazy. You want to share the blanket? I'm a girl. Icky. No, just kidding. Or like you guys order drinks and then his comes with a straw.
Oh, see, I'm like, whatever.
The straw will
Can't
send
get
me.
cold.
Can't get cold.
Can't drink through a straw.
No.
If you can't find a parking spot.
Or
Can't find a
no,
parking
my
spot in
biggest
a busy
ick-
mall
No,
or
my
a
biggest
restaurant
ick
parking
with
lot?
guys parking, if they can't like parallel park
Oh, yeah.
and they pull out 3 times, you got 2 times to like line that
Yeah.
car up.
That's like
On the
game
third time, I'm
Okay,
like,
y'all are saying, yeah,
oh.
yeah. Do y'all know how to parallel park?
I
Yeah,
do.
I'm
from
a
Boston.
great driver.
Yeah, I do.
I do.
Okay.
If you
Okay.
pull out 3
I can
times,
parallel
let me
park.
out. I'll go get the table.
Yeah.
And then people are waiting and they're like, go around.
Okay,
Ick.
justified.
Thank
Me,
you.
I'm a driver, so it's like,
That would
okay,
freak me out.
justified.
I would sink in
Yeah.
the chair. I'd be
What?
like, you want me to do it?
Okay, so if I'm cold and I get like chicken skin, you're like, "Ugh, never again.
No, you can get like
Just
chicken
don't
skin, but like
ask
if you
for the
start like
blanket.
kind of like shaking and like chattering your teeth when I'm over here trying to like keep it together, I'm like, oh hells no, dude.
You know what's an ick?
I'm like, give me your jacket.
You know what's an ick? If we're going out somewhere, you ask what the weather is. I tell you it's cold, and you
And I
choose
don't
not to bring a jacket.
Doesn't
And
go with
I'm nice and
outfit.
cozy in my jacket, and you want mine. Ick.
One thing
Never
about
seen
it
you
is
again.
like women, we don't want our men to be happy or warm. So if you're smiling
Happy?
too much, why are you like if I'm not around, I don't want any joy. If I call you
Did
and
I
you pick
just
up the
catch
phone
him having fun?
and you're having fun,
Wait, AD goofy.
What if I'm on a video games with my boys and I'm like
There's
having
a
a great
difference
time?
between being funny and goofy.
and goofy. Goofy is a strike.
Goofy could
That's a
stay
strike.
home.
It's
can't
that's
be
beyond an
goofy?
ick and a cringe. Goofy is
Goofy's a
crazy.
strike.
Goofy is a strike.
Yeah, there's
Goofy?
a difference between
Imagine-
being funny and like goofy.
Or it's like you you introduce him to your friends and he's like, yeah, he's a little goofy.
Goofy's not like
Unrealistic. This is so unrealistic.
Funny. You can be like
it's not.
funny and
No,
like
funny is
jolly, like
good
the funny
sense of
guy. But if your
humor.
boyfriend is, if anybody described my man as goofy, I don't know if I can continue the relationship.
Yeah.
Goofy.
Yeah.
I don't think I like this conversation
I'm
anymore.
sorry.
Okay, Marshall, what are some icks
Yeah,
that
what are your
girls do?
icks?
You want it for
Yeah,
real?
let's hear it.
List of icks.
Chunky sneakers.
Uh-oh.
New Balances.
Okay.
Gold bangles. No, I'm playing.
This you're calling this an ick? No, you're not.
Magenta goblets.
It's getting icky over here.
I'm a very easygoing guy. I don't have a lot of icks. I think if you chew too loud, it's an ick.
Yeah.
And I'm talking like realistic icks.
Yeah.
Not if you get cold, it's an ick.
Yeah.
If you chew too loud.
Showing signs of cold. You can be cold. Just don't.
There you go.
If
There
you-
you go. That's
Don't want to see it.
if
Showing
you-
signs of coldness.
Butt cracks.
Butt cracks, yeah. If a guy
Why do
like
men have
chokes
butt
on his
cracks?
water, I don't know what to do. I'm like, you know what I'm talking about. Goes
Really?
down the wrong pipe.
So bodily function is an ick.
Why are you choking? Breathe.
You sneezing?
Yeah.
Date over. Take me home.
Or like if a guy doesn't do a full sneeze, if he goes,
Like, let it out.
let it out.
Say it
Sneeze
loud
with
and
your
proud.
chest. No. Ick. Okay. I'm glad we got that out the way. For future references, if you sneeze around Sandy or I, it's going to be an issue. Just take notes, okay? Today, I have one of my favorite people and an incredible guest from Love is Blind Season 5. Lydia is here. Hello.
Hi, AD.
How are you?
I'm surviving.
Well, surviving beautifully, might I
Thank
say.
you. I asked for the divorce. He wanted an NDA. And then after that, he told me when I attempted and I was ready for having a conversation, because he was like the minute of, because there was something else that happened. And he was like, you're too fucking stupid and you're an untrustworthy person.
Time out. Something else happened. Is that something you can share?
Yes. So along the period of, we're going to be 3 years married in March, where we're supposed to be in a 3rd-year anniversary, May 31st. And I have received in 5 different occasions messages from women allegedly saying that he's pursuing them at bars, paying for women's drinks, heavy flirting, to the extent that I went to a wedding and one of a girl that I used to be friends with has pictures of him in California playing with women. And what was like allegedly, right? And then what was like the cusp and what was like the cherry on top was he had a university event. He had it last year and he told me that no spouses were allowed and that I couldn't be in the hotel with him or whatever was not. And I was like, okay. So this year when he went again, I was like, well, maybe he's not. Obviously, I'm not going to ask because he told me no.
Yeah.
But then he was going out every day after the event for the university. And on March 31st, I received a very detailed long email of this woman alleging that he had been flirting with her all night, that he invited her over to the hotel. And she sent me evidence that he called her at 4:12 in the morning and text exchanges with him and FaceTime at 4 in the morning. That was it for me. I was like, I cannot continue because it wasn't the first time that happened. A month prior that, I had received another message from another girl with the same allegations.
This is exhausting.
And I'm like, first of all, you're a public figure. Why are you doing this?
Right.
Do you have any respect for yourself?
No.
Because you have none for me.
Right.
That's clear. And that one, I confronted him and he flipped it to me.
Of course.
He was like, "Oh, why would you even entertain that? Why you send me that stupid shit when I'm working?" And I took some time for myself, and then we had a huge conversation, and he was just saying all the things that bothered him about me. Swimsuits again. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, dude.
Right.
We just went to Mexico and I was wearing a diaper of a swimsuit. Like, what else do you want?
Right.
And he's like, well, then like you make poor decisions.
So, okay, let me get this right. You confront him about cheating and women emailing you and texting you and all these things. And he turns around and goes, well, because you wear bikinis, you're a terrible person and a terrible wife.
It sounds silly now you say it out loud, but yeah.
I just want to clarify. That is his reasoning.
That is
or that's his escape
from
and
the
then
conversation.
Like
exchanging women with numbers, changing numbers with women.
Yeah.
It was nothing. It was like that. He can do that.
He can do that.
Yeah. I'm like, you have a wife.
Yeah. Why
you
was that? Why did he feel like that was acceptable?
Talk to somebody? Talk to your wife.
Yeah.
Like the nagging was me telling him, hey, we haven't spent time together.
Yeah.
You go either play Halo, work, or school.
Yeah.
There's no time for me. I never felt that my marriage was a priority for him.
Did he ever own up to any of it?
None whatsoever.
Was he confronted about what you got on March 31st?
No.
No.
That was it for me.
You didn't confront him about that?
No, he knew about it because the first thing that I did, because we would live with his parents. because we were saving money to buy a house
How long have you lived with your parents?
since November of last year, so around 7 months.
Oh, wow. Well,
Yeah.
that'll put a strain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he basically was like, and his parents were lovely.
Mhm.
Like his dad specifically, like his mom, like we have a great relationship, but
Mhm.
with his dad was the father I never had.
Mm.
And I always say that, and I have repeated this to him, like, you're healing that inner child, that
Mhm.
little girl that was disappointed from so many father figures
Mhm.
that betrayed her,
Mhm.
molested her.
Mhm.
And you've done so much. And I think that was also a part of me that wanted to, like, how can I leave them?
Right.
It got to a point that it was like, how can I leave them?
Mhm.
Because they're my family
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. And they have no idea what's going on in your
Oh, yeah,
marriage.
they know.
They know.
They know. They are aware.
Okay.
I can see the difference in culture.
Mm.
I believe like Latinas and also his family is like very military, very straight.
Yeah.
And the day that I received that email, I literally threw the phone and told his dad, he did it again, and had a full panic attack. And he was in disbelief. And then he told Milton when he got home, and he went to my room, and I was like, I'm great. I just learned so much information about you today.
Mm.
And I figured out that I'm on your way, and I want to get out of your way.
Yeah.
I want you to have what you want. And that's clear for me that it's not me.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, why are you talking like that? Like, why are you talking so cryptic? Like, can we have a real conversation? I'm like, I'm just letting you know. And I'll let you know when the papers are ready.
Do you think he was blindsided by you asking for a divorce?
No, because a month prior, I had like literally take time for myself, and I was 2 weeks out of the house.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe he wanted me to just keep continuing with the behavior, but it's like at the same time, it's like love is not enough.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe he loves me.
Mm-hmm. So when you presented him with the divorce, he didn't like try to fight or anything? He just said sign an NDA?
He said, well, the first thing he said to me when he was like calmed, he was like, well, you know, I'm not going to chase you. He always said that every time, like,
You know, I'm not going to chase you. That just made my stomach drop. No, that's painful.
And I'm like, I know, you have made that clear.
Ooh.
And then when I had that, when I was ready to like, not necessarily have a conversation for him to like, because I knew he was going to flip it on me because he already did it like a month ago.
Right.
So I was like, we were talking about taxes, and then that's when he said, you're too fucking stupid. You're an untrustworthy person. Like, now it's obviously that you believe her. And I already been like, the word I've been the juror, and I already did the sentence against him.
Mm.
And I was like crying. I'm like, why are you treating me like I'm the one that disrespected you? And the words "too fucking stupid and untrustworthy person" were the last words he spoke to me. And it's like a revolving door in my head.
That's all it just keeps playing over and over.
Because I'm like, how is this the same person that I met at the altar? It's because of the man that I met at the altar that I know that I deserve better.
Mm-hmm.
I deserve so much better.
I'm sitting down with a true pop culture icon, the one and only Nick Lachey. So how is it co-hosting 2 dating shows with your wife? And what's your favorite part about working together?
Honestly, it's weird therapy for us because especially less so Love is Blind. Love is Blind reminds you of why you fall in love, right? Because you're seeing these love stories unfold. And I'm a sappy, emotional, sentimental guy. So like seeing people fall in love and like find true connection and you know, and see it happen on TV. I still get off on it.
We love
and
love,
I'm proud to be a part of, something like that. Ultimatum's different in that you're dealing with couples who aren't necessarily in the best place. And so you still want the best for them, but sometimes the best for them means they split up, right? I mean, sometimes you're in a situation that's not the one you're supposed to be in. And sometimes it takes a tough experience like Ultimatum to open your eyes to that.
Yeah.
So that's it's, look, kind of like we started this interview, Vanessa and I are always happy to try and give what insights have worked for us, but you also want to be careful not to preach to people like this is what you need to do, because we don't know, and we don't pretend to know. So it's tough sometimes in Ultimatum to see it not work out for someone, or to see a couple going through some real pain.
Right.
Like Nick and Sandy went through like real pain.
That
It was
tough.
hard. It was like hard to be a part of that. But in the end, it was what was best for them as a couple.
Yeah, yeah.
And we all could kind of see that and see the way it kind of worked out. But yeah, it's we always walk away from that thinking, okay, what do we learn today?
Yeah.
Like we talk about trust, respect, and commitment, but are we and communication, but are we honoring that every day in our relationship? So it's kind of a cool therapeutic way to remind yourself of what you need to do as a couple to be the best you can be.
That's really powerful that you're like learning and in it and working and then going home and applying.
I mean, look, I'm no expert on anything, but
Yeah.
you never stop learning, I don't think.
Yeah.
Not in relationships. And if you think you've learned everything you have to learn about your partner, you're in for a big surprise, because we're all changing as people, and the way we relate to each other changes. So I think it's a constant journey.
I have Alexa and Brennan from season 3.
Season 3.
Sheesh.
I know, and they're about
Of
to
Love
do
is
season
Blind.
9.
Yeah. Love it.
We're old. That's what I hear, is we're old.
No,
That's okay.
real years and season years are not
So I think
the
they're doing
same.
like 2 seasons.
Yeah, 2 seasons a year.
Yeah.
It's not the same. It's like
and there was
dog
like a good break
years.
between 1 and 2, I think.
Yeah, it doesn't count.
Yeah.
Season 3, that's dope.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Welcome. So, Alexa, you were very open about your fertility journey before having Vienna. What was that like for you, and how did it feel when you found out you were pregnant?
Ooh, it was hard. It was really hard. That was a really hard time. I just like, I was feeling it, and then it was hard because, like, I just remember like one time breaking down, like, do you like regret marrying me? Because we really bonded over having kids together. I know I'm crying because I have a baby, but it was hard, and I just like remember like thinking like it's never gonna happen. And he was like, Alexa, like we'll figure out options, and like this isn't the end of the road. And then we decided to put a pause because it was a lot of hormones that I was injecting, and so mentally I was not doing great at all. And then
it was a lot of hormones for a long time.
And so it was obviously like very, very emotional. And I was like, from it was gaining weight. And so my body was off. And I was like, I'm gaining weight from all these hormones. And I'm not even pregnant. And then had people online like pointing it out all the time. So that was like really hard. And then we just kind of decided to just like pause it and like, let's regroup. And you're fine, baby.
The one
and
day
then,
on my handkerchief.
and then I got pregnant, and it was a very healthy pregnancy. And that's, we're very blessed for that. It's not always the case. And so we were very, very lucky. And, like for me now, like I want to have another baby, and, this kind of phase I'm in, I would be so excited, but I'm also like we don't know how long it would be, because he's like, let's wait a little bit. And I'm like, but it took a year and a half for this one. Like, we don't know, like going through that again. And it was a lot for me, and just being pregnant is hard. It's a lot on your body. It's a lot to like hormones and breastfeeding. And especially when I'm like feeling like myself finally again, it's hard to like want to go through it again, but I really want to do it for her. Like I want her to have a sibling that's close in age. So
it took a toll on us too.
Oh yeah.
It was, I mean, I'm not saying
oh yeah, no,
you're
for
struggling
sure.
what you had to we're going through, but us as a couple is still it was still tough. Just trying to be like positive all the time, or it was a lot, back and forth. And then like, I'm a guy who wants to fix stuff.
Yeah.
Like, walk around the house fixing whatever. So it's something you can't really fix. You just have to
go through it.
Go through the
because we did all the
process,
testing,
medical
and
stuff,
I was like, everything came back fine. They're like, you're fine. Like he's fine, you're fine. And it was even kind of like weirdly more frustrating, because I'm like, if I knew what it was, then, but they were like, we don't know. It's just, there's no telling. And so then they like gave me like a 5% chance or something of getting pregnant. And then I did. So yeah. So
it was like a month before. Well, I finally told her, I was like, we gotta we're we're putting a pause on this because it was like she was saying hormone injections like all the time or whatever. And so I was like, all right, we're not doing anything for a couple months. And then sure enough, it was like a month later.
Literally, well, I had
do you want a tissue?
I'm fine. I'm chilling. I had decided that we were gonna do IVF. I was like, that's probably gonna be like the best thing for us. And
it's not a tissue, but something.
The t-shirt cut off.
Husband material.
We had decided it was like October, and I was like, Caleb, we're just gonna pause everything, and then January we'll start like the process for IVF. And I literally had been messaging my fertility doctor, like, what do I need to do? Like, and he was like, let's set up a phone call, and I'll tell you exactly what to plan, but we'll start everything really in January, and I'll tell you how to prep for that in the meantime. And literally 30 minutes later, I texted him, I'm pregnant.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I came home, and my friend had given me some pregnancy tests she had found. She was like, I'm going to throw them out unless you want them. And I was like, okay. She's like, you want to take one? And I was like, I'm not pregnant. And I was like, but also if I was pregnant, but it would kill me if I found out like somewhere else. So I got home and I had to pee. And so I used it. And then I stood up and looked at it. And I was like, what the hell is that? Because I had never gotten a positive before. And I came out and I told him, I was like, babe. And then he's like, what is that? And I was like, I need you to lock in right now.
What is that? She handed it to me, right? Well, you handed it directly to me. And so I grab it, not even thinking. I was like, what is this? And she goes, it's pregnancy test. I was like, you peed on this? Didn't even look at it.
And then I was like, babe, it's positive. And he's like, maybe we should take another one. And I opened my other hand. I go, I took 7 more.
Oh my God.
I was a busy bee scientist in the bathroom the last 30 minutes.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So yeah. And that's what it was.
That's
There was a tarot reading last night at the thing. And so I did that. And she was like, do you have any kids? And I was like, yeah, I have one daughter. You know, I don't want to give too much away because, I have to let them do their thing with their cards. Yeah. But she was like, your daughter waited a long time to get to you.
Oh.
And I was like, are you kidding?
Okay, we can't be honest about this.
That's what she
said. You have a bit of a following, so I'm sure she probably knows.
Oh.
It's pretty easy to find out the information.
I thought it was a really sweet moment, but maybe she did do her due diligence.
I'm the scientist.
Because she also did say when she saw me, she's like, I manifested you. And I was like, oh my God, I was manifested. So, and then he was like, Alexa, she probably knew who you were.
Yeah.
I know she got me with the manifestation. I'm like, okay, I'm locked in.
No, I love that. I would have been stuck too.
Yeah.
I'd be like, yeah, tell me more.
She's like, you're going to be pregnant soon with a boy. And I was like, that's exactly what I want. So we'll see. She said it's any day now. So.
Okay. Well, I really appreciate you telling me that. I know that couldn't have been easy. So thank you for sharing that. I've got Brett and Tiffany Brown from season 4 of Love is Blind. Welcome.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for having us on.
You're
Happy to be here.
welcome. Beautiful people. You have to have a certain level of confidence to just wake up and like, I'm going to be blonde. How did we get here?
You know, how did we get here? Good question. Good question.
It looks good, by the way.
Thank you. Thank
but
you.
I can't ignore it anymore.
So-
I need to know.
So for the longest time, like I've told her about my hair journey. I was like, babe, I've done everything but color it. I've had dreads. I had dreads for like 4 years. They
Are
were
there
like
photos?
Yeah, I had dreads.
Make sure
I
he
had
sends
braids.
those photos in, y'all. We need
Afro, like the brush cut. You know, I've had my hair straight. I've done everything to it.
straight.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Girl, yes.
Listen,
Full perm, swinging.
There was like, this is years ago, but like there was a time when like Snoop and like
the
Bone
perm,
Thugs,
the
like, you know,
pimps,
like I would
yeah.
watch them in the videos. I'm like, yo, man, they look like Eddie Murphy Interview with the Vampire. And I'm like, yo, that's a whole look. Again, that was a long time ago, before social media.
This is so funny to me.
So, but I was like, you know what? Like I haven't done it before. Like
you need to do a hair carousel on Instagram.
I will do some
hair
things.
through the ages.
Yes.
That would go so crazy. You have such a beautiful head of hair. Like that's very rare for men at our age to have any hair. So
we talk about this a
I
lot.
was like, you know what, babe? At least you still have a full head of hair.
Right.
It'll grow out easily.
Right.
Hairline still
Hairline
low.
intact.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, do what you want with it. Have fun. Okay, well, let's move on. Let's chat perfect match.
You haven't. Hold on, no, wait, because I feel like you're asking me all these questions and you haven't answered any of them yourself.
A little bit. What? What do you want to ask me?
I don't know. You're the one with the cards.
Here, you take the cards then.
What, and ask you the same questions?
Yeah.
We gotta switch places.
You want me in the hot seat?
Yeah, I want you in the hot seat. Because you do too much questioning and you don't answer any questions. You get off scot-free. We're gonna switch places. Welcome to a very exciting episode of What's the Reality? With me, your host, Ollie Isaac Sutherland. We're doing things
The
a little bit
whole name?
Yeah, why not?
Oh my gosh. How
Hey
do I
y'all,
look?
it's your girl AD, and welcome to another episode of What's the Reality?
You're so annoying.
Sorry. What does motherhood mean to you?
Aw. I don't know what it means to me yet, but I think the feelings that I'm feeling are pretty indescribable. I just feel like this overwhelming need to protect my daughter, like from everything. Like, and I'm so scared, like that her being in here, I can protect her and keep her safe. And then I have to bring her out into this world. And I'm just like, can I put her in a bubble? You seen that movie Bubble Boy?
Yeah.
I just want to put her in a bubble and just keep her safe. But I know I'm not going to be able to do that. And I know that she's going to have like such a great dad to protect her. And
Ollie is a great guy.
great mom to protect her. Really, I just want her to be safe and happy. So I think motherhood right now means just keeping her safe and
Thank
happy.
you, AD. That was beautiful.
Thank you. You're so annoying.
No, I was gonna say to you actually, because jokes aside, right?
And don't ever call me AD again. That was so gross.
I'm just being the host. Anyway, jokes aside, because what I did notice, because it's easy for me when I have time out. Like I might go to the gym or go see my friends, and it's not that I forget about the fact that like we're expecting, but it's easier for me to kind of switch off and be like, just do what I'm doing and getting lost in the moment. But like it's easy for me to overlook the fact that you have this constant physical and emotional feed. You're literally carrying the baby at all times. So it's like, I think that's one thing I had to really learn to like empathize with you about and sympathize to an extent, is that like, while it's easy for me to just kind of not disconnect deliberately, but like,
yeah. It's kind of like out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, whereas
and she's like never out of sight or out of mind for me ever.
And
every
like,
breath I take, I'm like, baby.
Yeah, and
baby.
everything you're doing, everything you're consuming, and everything, you're constantly growing her and feeding her. So that's one thing I think as a man, I had to learn to not overlook. And because sometimes you would do things and I'd be like, is she being a bit like hyper reactive? And I'm like, no, like I'm not carrying the baby, she is. So of course you're going to be feeling different. Next question. What are you most excited for when it comes to being a dad? Mum. These cards haven't been updated.
I'm just excited for baby laughs and baby snuggles and just to see the new version of me, because I already know, I was saying not last night, just a few minutes ago, like the old me she's already gone. Like the minute that I saw positive on that test, that version of me disappeared, like just immediately. So I'm excited to see like who I'll be when she gets here and the version of me that is mom, not AD, not Amber Desiree, just like mom. I'm excited for that version of me.
You're a natural, because this is harder than it looks.
Really?
Yeah.
Can we clip that? Anybody? No. Thank you.
Nah, you are good at it, because this isn't easy to like keep the conversation flowing. Do you know what? We can switch back. I think
okay.
Over here.
You've had enough.
Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of What's the Reality? Y'all, I will see you next time.
What's the reality? What's the reality?